And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Thrashers Paradise quarantine interview over Skype. We are joined with a very special guest. He is from the also popular band Exmortus. They are a thrash metal band from California, obviously, because where else do thrash metal bands come from?
Yeah,
We are
right.
joined with Conan the Shredder, as I call him, because he shreds on stage. Now, the
Thank
first,
you.
oh, you're welcome. The first question I'm going to ask you is might be a bit embarrassing for on my behalf, but I met you before actually in person in Toronto
Uh-huh.
at the Velvet Underground for the Enforcer Warbringer show.
Right. Right.
And now, what I didn't know was you were the guitarist of Exmortus, and then when I asked, it immediately kicked in like, "Oh my God, you're from this band? That's cool." Does that happen a lot? Does that happen just people talking to you casually, and then when they find out they're in a band that they've heard of, they just immediately
You know
turn
what?
into fanboys?
That's happened before. Yeah, definitely. But also like I don't know if it's the opposite that has happened, but like someone had like worn an Exmortus patch, and I was like, "Oh, sweet patch," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, thanks," and they didn't recognize me, so I thought it was funny. And my friend at the time was like, "Oh, do you know who this guy is?" He's like, "No." It's like he didn't even tell him though. I don't know why not, but he was just fucking with him. So he may never know that. So we didn't give it to him. But yeah, I guess it happens sometimes. I guess I look a little different when I'm like not playing. I don't let my hair out a lot. I guess I always put it back. Like right now, it's back. Um, so I guess people don't really notice right away. I'm a different person on stage anyway. I'm a little more aggressive. Aside from
Mm-hmm.
that, I'm just a nerd. I'm just regular dude.
Now, as a musician in a popular band, does that kind of work towards your advantage of not being starstruck all the time with so many fans?
Um, Wait, what do you mean? Me being starstruck with like others, or because
Oh,
I get
good
starstruck too.
question.
Because I get.
I meant as in like people coming up to you asking for pictures and autographs.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that's fine. I like that. I don't see any point of I don't know, like being in a band if you're not going to connect with people. I have to I don't know, I'm an introvert at heart. My dad pushed me to get out there more and to play and perform a lot, and I'm an extroverted introvert now, so I like to talk to people, and especially my fans, or not just Exmortus fans, but like fans in the scene of my friends' fans, like Warbringer, the shirt you're wearing, and Enforcer at the time, they're fans, because we're all, it's all about the community, and I just like to connect with everyone. So I like it. It's awesome. I love, hanging out.
Awesome. Now, during the last part of 2019, you were a very busy man,
Oh,
playing bass for Warbringer, releasing the Legions of the Undead EP, then going on tour with Death Angel. How
right.
hectic was your life for those last 4 months of the year?
Well, it's actually it was hectic, but it was kind of spaced out. We actually recorded the EP in what I fucking forget the month already. It was like June or July because it was right after we got home from the Venom Inc. tour we did,
Mm-hmm.
and that was not too long of a run. So during that ride, the whole road trip, we discussed ideas what to do. Granted, it's a very short EP. It's I guess half an album's length, and we just figured it would be cool to have a release on our own in between labels. So we decided like let's just do like maybe like one original and like two covers at first. That was our first idea, and then like yeah, let's try that. So when we got home, I had one song written, and yeah, it was like oh well, let's hit the studio. And I already booked the dates like 2 weeks after that. After the return from the tour, and I was like, "Fuck! I got another song idea. Let's do that. Let's do this cover." But so I tend to do that to myself. I like to like just push harder and see what comes out. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was kind of hectic at first, just in that summer. We recorded it, and everything came out great. And yeah, after that, we had a little break, honestly. So I don't know. The hectic stuff comes in spurts. Not it's not constant. It may seem constant because like you described. I filled in on bass for a moment, and then I came home, released the EP, then hit the road. So it seems like it's like fuck, which would maybe go mad actually. So thankfully it wasn't like that crazy at first. So it was a little spaced out, in last year. But yeah, it gets pretty crazy at times.
I bet. Now, as we mentioned earlier, you were filling in for bass for Warbringer. How did that come about?
Well, I actually I filled in as a guitarist one time. It was during yet another Enforcer tour with them, with Enforcer, Warbringer, and Cauldron, actually. Yeah, and this was 2016, the beginning of 2016. It was a 2-month tour, much like that last tour they did was 2 months. And at the time, Warbringer had come out of their little hiatus at the time, and they asked me to fill in on guitar, and I was like, dude, hell yeah, sweet. We're on the same bill anyway, so I'll just do double duty. I did it, and it was awesome. I had a great time with them. We were already friends before that. I think that's why they came to me, and I was their first choice, I guess. I think so. I don't know. And yeah, it was, we were already cool, but like touring with them that close, we got even closer, and now they're like our best buds, I mean, from that since then. And yeah, so they needed a bassist this past fall, and I forgot the details, but their bassist just couldn't do it. He flew out to like Germany or something for some festival he had a prior commitment to or something like that. And yeah, I just flew out to Toronto. I got picked up, and yeah, I just hung out that first night because Chase Bryant was still playing that show. He just flew out like that night, so I just hung out, got drunk off my ass, of course. Because why not? Yeah. That's the thing about those tours. Tours with like buses, and I don't have to drive. Fuck it, I have a good time. But yeah, that's how that happened.
Awesome. Now, this is more of a instrumental question to ask. Now, is it easy once you learn either a guitar or the bass to kind of pick up the other?
Yeah, I would say so, especially with bass and guitar, because they're pretty much the same. Obviously, you could approach the playing differently. I don't know if people are. I mean, some people are bass snobs, maybe like, oh, you have to use your fingers only, which I understand because there's a certain tone that you get out of that, and the style you could do so much more. I would assume because slap technique and all this other stuff, you could still do that with your fingers and not rely on a pick. So a pick is kind of limited on a bass, in some things, but the intensity of the pick attack on the bass is also, it sounds cool for heavy metal. So I mean, I don't know, that's another debate, but yeah, I would say it's fairly easy to at least pick it up. The size is different, so if you're going from bass to guitar, it might seem like too small, like, oh shit, and you got 2 other strings, you got to do chords, I don't know. And opposite is like, oh shit, it's too fucking, the neck is weird. I guess for very beginners, it might feel weird, but it's fairly easy because the notes are the same. It's the same tuning, just an octave lower. So it's it's useful if you already know one. Absolutely, yeah, I think so.
Okay, I just wanted to ask because I've always been curious, because on the odd occasion you will see on albums that the guitarist also played the bass for it. So I was just always curious if it was easy to pick up, or was it a challenge kind of?
Oh, well, for me, not really. I actually started playing bass first.
Oh.
Yeah, I played bass. I picked it up when I was 10 years old, and because my cousin at the time, actually, the original member, the original drummer for Exmortus, Mario, he's my cousin. We grew up together. We had lived together at the time too. He started playing guitar, and my dad was like, "Well, I'll show you bass, so you guys could like jam together and sound cooler and fuller, not just 2 guitars." So I did that, and little by little, he started playing like more drums, and I started picking up the guitar, and that evolved, and we became Exmortus then. So I guess I kind of like the shred since the beginning. So maybe that's why I went more for guitar playing and practice that. But I love playing bass still. I actually it's a treat because I don't play bass professionally, but I would love to. I love playing bass. I just love it. I borrow Cody's a current bassist bass all the time. I like to just jam on it. It's cool. And he's actually a great guitarist himself. He plays a lot of blues stuff. He plays every Sabbath song like exactly. So I play the bass part, the Geezer Butler parts, and we just jam. So yeah, it's cool to switch around. It's a challenge, I guess, because you're not like I said, I'm doing guitar all the time for Exmortus. That it's cool to have a break, and it's a little challenging at times, I guess, because my stamina for the finger stuff is a little behind, but it's always good to challenge yourself. So yeah.
Awesome. One last question for this part of just talking about the bass and Warbringer. Now, during that time in Canada, where you went through Ontario and Quebec, there was a certain guest from J-Hop Films by the name of Chris who was filming a little documentary. So you get to Toronto and you're almost instantly filmed for this little documentary that they're going to post on their YouTube channel. What was that like, just to be part of that little fun documentary?
Well, it was funny because I didn't know he was going to be on the road with us. So I was surprised, like, oh, it's sick. Like, you're going to be hanging out and stuff. It's cool. So I was pretty stoked about that. And he told me about the whole thing that they were doing. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. He even had me do like a little skit. I thought it was funny. I mean, he made me play like an asshole. He's like, yeah, just sound like an asshole. Like, it'd be funny. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I guess it's funny because I'm not usually like that. I don't know. Unless you get on my bad side. But I'm pretty tolerant, I guess. But I thought that was pretty fun. I thought that was cool. We do some skits with him whenever we pass by. He'll bring Jay Hoff and yeah, we'll just fuck around and just be stupid.
It's always fun to be stupid during tours.
Yeah, especially with Chris. I love that. I love those guys. They're fucking funny.
They are. Now, as I was doing my research, I noticed a very interesting fact that you are one of the sole original members left in Exmortus.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Now, over the years of just having switches and all that, what has motivated you to keep going with Exmortus, to stay?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good question because when my cousin left the band, the drummer, we were talking about it, and I was like, damn, like, I don't know if I don't know if I want to continue with the name, because I always felt that was like our band. But at the time I had actually already written a lot of the next album that I was preparing for. So I was like, damn, I guess I could have just used those songs for another band, like another, because in general, I just can't stop playing. I just love jamming. I love I just love performing and writing music and whatever. So, but the music I had written at the time, I was like, well, this is still like Exmortus to me. So I just figured like I had to continue. So did it, fucking, yeah, it was just, I couldn't stop doing the Exmortus thing. So yeah, I just, I don't know. I'm just rambling now. I can't stop. Exmortus is my baby. So I just figured respectful to my cousin, I just had to carry on. And, and it was, of course, amicable, he's my cousin, he still prints shirts for us, I still help him out with that, so we still pitch ideas to each other about like, songs and stuff, because he's also a creative mind. So he actually wrote a lot of the songs in the past too. So yeah, so we always, share ideas. So yeah. Awesome. Can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
It's an itch that you can't get rid of.
Exactly.
Now, Legions of the Undead is the follow-up to The Sound of Steel.
Right.
Now, that's a hard thing to kind of, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
When you set the bar high and
yes,
how do you top it?
Yeah, how do you top it? Because it was such a successful album and such a good album, and you come out with this EP that was on par with it, or even better than it.
Thank you.
You're
It was
welcome.
a lot coming from like a half-assed release. I mean, I don't want to say half-assed, but half the quantity, not exactly quality. um, but I guess maybe in a first impression, people might be like, "Oh, it's only half an album," Oh shit, someone's calling me. They'll have to wait. So, yeah, I think it's weird because our first album that came out way back then, a lot of people to this day think that is our best work, and it's actually two albums people really praise for some reason. I think it's because there was something fresh at the time. I don't know. It was our first album, In Hatred's Flame, and also Slave to the Sword, which was our like comeback album with a new line. Well, we have lineup changes a lot, but with a new sound, a kind of different sound,
Yeah.
a different approach, I guess. And we have something like that similar in Legions of the Undead, so that kind of sticks out a little more too. I've noticed a lot of comments on the album, or the EP rather, that people like the direction we're going with. So I don't know. I know people praise this and that, but in my mind, I'm just like I'm just writing. I listen to criticisms, of course, and I try to learn from them and try to improve on them. So I don't know. I just keep going, and I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too affected by that. So yeah, just it's a little. I don't know. It's not like I don't care about what people think, but it's like I just fucking write. That's the whole point of this. I'm doing this for fun, and if people like it, awesome. I love that. So yeah. So this new sound, I guess, is a new direction, kind of. It's kind of an experiment because Exmortus, we got the name from the Evil Dead 2, the intro from the movie. They mentioned blah 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 Necronomicon Exmortus. Me and my cousin Mario, we were like 9 or 10. We're so impressionable, and like that sounds so cool. That's got to be our band name. So we chose that. We changed the spelling. We just put a U instead of I. I don't know why. Thought that would look cooler. I forget why, but yeah. So we thought it'd be finally good to go to our roots in the sense of the overall atmosphere. Because I guess we're known for writing like battle music, some like sword and sorcery, kind of lyric content. And this one I want to have a little bit of that still. I don't want to break away from that entirely because I'm a nerd. I don't know if you noticed my fucking backdrop here is it's Middle Earth.
I knew it. I saw it immediately. It was like, that's awesome.
So I can't exactly break away from that entirely. It's in my mind. But I figured it'd be cool to kind of go back to our first inspiration of starting the band with like horror themes and stuff. So we kind of did that with the EP, and I think it was pretty cool. I think it fit the riffs I had written for that time, and yeah, it just worked out. And it wasn't such a drastic change that people didn't like it or were turned off. I think the only thing that turned people off was the instrumentals because there's too many of them. There's 3 of them. I remember I saw some guy post someone's like, oh, the originals are cool, but I hate instrumentals. He was just biased. He just doesn't like instrumentals, and that's I don't see why that's a problem, but okay.
Okay. The instrumentals are the main reason why I fell in love with Exmortus. Like the Moonlight Sonic cover was brilliant. And then just hearing the new covers off of the album, at first I was just like, these are interesting choices, but I immediately fell in love with them. Like, I would never expect Night on Bald Mountain to be covered by a metal band.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, it has been covered, actually. I think at least twice. I've seen it before. Yeah, and I forget the name of the bands. There's bad memory, I guess. And I liked what they did, but there's some things I was like, well, I kind of want to do it this way. So I figured, like, let's do our own version of it. And what I did was the Fantasia version, because that was, honestly, when I was a kid, that's my first memory that I can, as far back as I can go. I was a little fucking kid, and I remember watching Fantasia because it was so awesome to me. I was just, the classical music. And the visuals were just awesome. And yeah, I was so young. My mom told me, like, yeah, I used to watch that when you were this young. And I remember that shit. And I always loved that. And especially Night on Bald Mountain because it was scary as fuck. And I was like, I was lit. I was like, what the fuck? So I figured, like, that'd be cool just to do that. This is what got me into music in general. as a fucking little little kid.
Yeah.
And little baby Conan. And yeah, I did that particular Fantasia version, that length, that particular arrangement for that piece, and just so heavy. It just works so well for heavy metal, and we had a lot of fun recording it, So yeah, awesome. I love how it came out.
I think it went out great, and I think the most surprised I was the Beetlejuice song, only because I didn't even know there was a Beetlejuice theme.
Oh yeah, well that's the other thing too. I remember that was one of my favorites back then as a kid too. I love Beetlejuice, and because I just love, I guess, a lot of instrumental stuff. Fuck that critic that said and being bad about. I just as a kid I always loved like film scores. I loved the Conan the Barbarian soundtrack, Star Wars soundtrack, fucking whatever, Jurassic Park soundtrack. Whatever.
Yeah.
And of course, the Danny Elfman stuff. So the Beetlejuice theme, I was like, this actually sounds a little heavy. Like I think it can be metalized, and
yeah,
and maybe like a certain section we'll just do solos instead of like the random clarinet parts that are popping in and out. So we did it, and it fucking worked out quite well. And it's like this has got to stay. It's gonna stay in the record.
And unlike Night on Bald Mountain, you actually recorded a little video for the Beetlejuice one. Right. How fun was that, just to dress up as Beetlejuice and be able to just have fun with it?
Well, I had fun with it. I don't know about the other guys. I went ahead and went to a Halloween store and bought the outfit, and I didn't have the wig because that's who's gonna have the exact Beetlejuice wig. So I just bought like a mad scientist wig, and I just spray painted it kind of green, yellow, whatever, all dirty, and so I bought some makeup, and we just put it on, and yeah, it was funny. But I know Cody didn't like. You didn't like it. He's like, I don't want to fucking wear that shit. It's like, come on, dude. Everyone else is doing it. You got to do it. It'll be fun. So yeah, it was fun. At least I had fun. Yeah. Not Cody.
Not Cody. Now, the most interesting part about this EP is what I find is that you released it on your own. This is your first release since you signed with Prosthetic. That, to my knowledge, has ended, and now you guys are, in sports terms, free agents.
Yeah. The EP we released with our manager's record label, M Theory.
Okay.
And he figured like he'll just do that one-off thing to help us out, and so he could be free agents and get on another label. And that's the thing. I can't say right now who we were working with. So the thing is, we don't know what's going to happen at the moment, considering what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just on hold. Money might be tight everywhere, especially with labels. I don't know. They might be good. I've noticed with a lot of different. I guess. Well, a lot of my friends that my cousin Mario, he has his own shirt company. He's actually making a lot of sales right now, a little more than what he had done before. Maybe because more people are at home online, they actually notice his page or something. People are buying a lot of his shirts, and same with other, businesses of the like that they're selling more right now. It seems like my girlfriend too. My girlfriend, she does. She's a seamstress, so she primarily does heavy metal clothing for women. She'll make them like fit, more fit for a woman, not just a guy's shirt that's all huge, right? So and other cute stuff like that. And now she's actually getting more orders for that, and making face masks. She's actually doing that too. So yeah, it's weird how this is working out right now. So considering that, I don't know how many people are buying, albums and stuff right now. It seems like it might be because, the stimulus checks are coming in, and you have some spending money, you're bored, you want to be entertained, you can't go, you can't be going out as much. So, yeah. So, I don't know how the money is for those labels, but, and I'm dragging this, but
it's all good.
So we don't know if it's appropriate to like push for the money to record the album yet. And that's fine. Cause honestly, I think I'd rather just take my time writing the album. I have a lot of the music already done.
Okay.
but that's my thing. It's kind of scattered. Towards the end, I just solidify everything, I condense everything, and make them solid songs. So right now, I don't know what stage I'm at exactly, but I have a lot of material that I'm very confident with. So I think I'd rather just, take my time and kind of go along this whole quarantine phase stuff, whatever. I don't know what phase we're in right now. I'm not paying attention to the news. I hear people arguing, and I hear fucking, I don't know. I don't care. Fuck that shit. It's a bunch of bullshit anyway. So, yeah. So I think we'll just be taking our time writing the album. Maybe write another one. I don't know. It's going to be a while before people could actually tour, and that's the biggest downfall, and at least just a bummer for me, is that he had a tour planned already actually in March. I can't say with who because I don't know.
That's totally cool.
But that fucking went to shit, and yeah, so we're just itching to hit the road again, and yeah. So right now I'm working at a supermarket. I applied when the outbreak happened, and because I knew this is it. We're not gonna tour for a while.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that and fucking just do it till we could tour. And yeah, so just taking our time right now.
Okay.
What we had with that record label, we're still good. So I mean, unless they pull something out that's like all fucked up, but I hope not. But yeah, I know we should be good. So we'll see how things go in the following months to see if we could start recording maybe, or if not, that's fine with me. Like I said, I'd rather just take my time too, because let it marinate a little bit, tastes better. Slow cook is always awesome. So yeah, I'm thinking of it like that. I guess I'm hungry right now. I'm just thinking about food. So yeah. So regardless of all this shit that's happening, I'm feeling pretty good about everything still, and at least very hopeful. So and I hope everyone else is too. I know it's weird fucking time, but yeah, I'm safe right now. I hope everyone will be safe. Continue to be safe, because we need that.
Yes. Now, since you are hungry, I got 4 last questions to ask you. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. Yeah, totally
Perfect.
fine.
Now, while you were touring with Death Angel, I know that had to be a cool experience. Sadly, your van broke down during the tour. Right. I remember that we announced it on our radio show that it did happen, and to support you. How heartbreaking was it to have that happen while on tour with Death Angel?
It was messed up. We crashed the car. I crashed the car. I was driving. Oh. I was drunk. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's a bad story. That's what happened. I was not drunk. I was tired, but I was not like I was. I was awake. But what fucking fucked us was the black ice.
Okay.
It was so weird. We were driving from Vancouver to Edmonton, and after the show, we hung out a little bit, and then we hit the road. And I think about 2 hours out, one of the guys tapped out and driving, so I picked up from there. And I was driving like, I don't know, about like 30 minutes or so, and then pop, flat tire. And I was like, oh shit, the fuck? You're like, damn, okay. So we didn't have the jack, so luckily we passed the town like 15 minutes before that, and then I called up the nearest fucking place. I can't think right now. Thinking about food. I'm thinking about sandwiches and shit. Sorry.
Oh, that's all good.
So they came and helped us out, changed the tire for us. Okay, cool. And then, well, see, all this was taking some time. So the sun started to come up when we were ready to go. So we started driving, and we were just about at a place where we get really high up in elevation. And this is what the people that helped us out afterwards said, that it's probably because the ice started melting when the sun just came out.
Yeah. And
that made the roads very slippery. And I mean, we had seasonal tires, but I guess what didn't help either was that our spare wasn't seasonal. And of course, just the ice, and maybe just all the weight we were hauling too.
Yeah.
I wasn't driving fast or anything. It just, I guess, a particular turn I did, like, it was at a curb too. We slid. I was I just tried to control the steering wheel, and I just couldn't. It was fucking crazy. I mean, it's actually happened to us before in the past. We actually slid into a ditch,
Oh.
Yeah, but that wasn't as crazy. We actually got ourselves out. We didn't need any help. We just fucking floored it. Boom, got out. Yeah. The van was kind of fucked up. We had problems the rest of that tour, but we did it. This one was we fucked ourselves because I hit the rail, the concrete
Okay, yeah.
rail, and I hit it like, well, you guys do metric, right? So it was about
Yes.
it was probably like just 3 meters
Oh.
of it before, like we hit 3 meters after it started. So
Mhm.
damn, if this happened 3 meters before that, we would have rolled over into that particular ditch that was there, and it was pretty steep. So damn, we got lucky. I mean,
Yeah.
not so lucky that we crashed in the first place, but yeah, I was like, my God. Damn, it was crazy, man. When I hit the rail, the van turned like the opposite way as it was sliding, because I guess all the weight was still pushing, of course, and the trailer swung, and I guess it didn't go all the way because it went back and hit the right side of the van, shattered the window, and it woke everyone up because everyone was asleep at that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck," And then it was kind of funny because since everyone was just like, "Bah," like just woke, rude awakening. They were like, "What the fuck? What's going on? Like, we okay?" I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm okay. You guys okay?" It's like, "Yeah." So we hit the road. I'm like, "Dude, we're fucked." Like, look outside, because I guess one of them just thought that the window shattered, and I was like, "No, dude, we gotta check it out.
Mhm.
We're fucking screwed." So yeah, I just called back that place that helped us,
Yeah.
not even an hour ago. Like, fuck. And I was like, "Hey, dude, we just got in an accident. We fucking barely alive right now. So want to fucking tow us?" We got he already knew what we had, so he's like, "Fuck, okay." So yeah, it was cool. That was really fun.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the time I was just stoked to be alive, man. Our adrenaline was fucking racing. Well, at least mine was, because I saw the whole thing happen. I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, me to just flip." I would feel so bad if I killed any of the guys.
Mhm.
I don't know if I could live with myself. So I had all these thoughts and shit.
Yeah.
So
Well,
so,
thankfully, all of you survived, and you're all good.
but yeah, but more importantly was that. Oh, maybe not more importantly, life is more important, of course. But what was awesome is that I just, what if we do a GoFundMe thing? I
Mhm.
fuck it, like, let's do it. See if we could get enough money for another van, blah blah. And dude, sure enough, dude, that went so fucking well. I was blown away. I can't believe to this day how that worked out, and that everyone fucking pulled through. All of our fans that donated, or even just shared it. Other people that are not even fans, they told me that they contributed, and I was just blown away how helpful people can be. Like strangers. I
Mhm.
get, so it just, man, I just, restored my faith in humanity. Um, I was like, damn, this is awesome. And it
Yeah.
gave me hope, and I was like, okay, so that means we don't have to cancel. We don't have to like go straight home, because that would suck. So we just figure out a way just to continue the tour. Met up with them. We had to miss that western central part of Canada shows that they had, and just picked up on the Midwest area of the States and East Canada. And
Yeah.
fuck, it was great. I'm glad we did that. I'm glad it all worked out. Not just because you know um, we continue the tour, but it's just like, fuck, man, it's just cool how the community works. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
like, I just love community. I love how people just help each other out when someone's in need. So that was awesome. Fuck
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent. Now, third last question.
No, it's cool. That's worse.
From your first release in '08, in Hatred Flames, to last year's Legion of the Undead, what for you has really changed when it comes to writing the music?
Huh. Let's see. Well, in the very beginning, um, more. I think. I don't know. We were young. We were just teenage angst. I was a lot. Well, a lot of those songs were actually from the previous EPs we had done, and the other half was like the newer songs at the time. And that was 2008. I was 18. A lot of those songs were like songs I had just written in high school. So my approach was, I mean, it's not so different now, I guess, but I just wanted to have like a lot of different parts, shreddy shit. So I don't know. I wasn't thinking too much about like guitar theory and stuff. I had already known some at the time, but I don't know. That might be that's one major difference for sure. Now I when I went to college, I took a theory course, and I was very fortunate to have a really good professor. He was really into it. Actually, no, it's not even a professor because that's in college, right? Or university. This was a community college. I don't know if that's considered professor or not. But
I'll
they're called
consider it one.
instructors. Whatever. But the thing is that guy was so good. He was so harsh and like so on everyone that it was awesome. I had a good time. Well, it was a difficult time because he was on you, but I was very, very happy because I learned so much from that. And after that, I had that right after that was Slave to the Sword era. And so I guess you could also tell the change from there musically. And I think it's just, I don't know, maybe a little more well thought out, a little more structured, less just angst, less, aggression. Well, I don't want to see less aggression. I would say maybe like more focused and more guided aggression, as opposed to just like, blah, I guess like in a fight, like if you're watching a UFC fight, the guy that just swings and shit, he's gonna lose because he's not calculating. He's not, being resourceful with his energy and so forth. So I guess that's one major difference for sure is that I guess we just matured a little more and we continue to mature and think about what we could do musically, with whatever ideas we have. We'll approach it this way, maybe do it this way. Maybe make it poppy, have a lot of chorus repeats or not, but not. I don't know. It's not our style too much, but sometimes it works. It depends, I don't know. It's fucking music. It's art. Have fun with it, right? Ultimately, but that's definitely a major difference, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, the last two questions I have for you are a bit more fun.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
So, the next question is about alcohol, so I think you'll get a kick out of it. So, in recent years, a lot of metal bands have either been working with breweries or distilleries to come out with a signature line of alcohol. Slayer with Jägermeister, Iron Maiden coming out with their own beer, and so on and so forth. Just if that ever comes to a point with Exmortus, if they were to ever do their own line of alcohol, what kind of alcohol would it be, and what would be the name of it?
Well, actually, we've entertained this thought before. Well, the kind it would be. Lately, or I guess since the tour we did with Amon Amarth and Entombed, since then I started to hate IPAs.
Okay.
Because one of the guys we shared the bus with Entombed, and one of the guys, he was a beer connoisseur. So he would get a lot of beers, and they were all fucking IPAs. At least I think they all were. Yeah.
Okay.
And they were cool. I mean, I could still enjoy an IPA. I could still do that, but we would just drink so many IPAs, and the hangovers sucked so bad. Like, I don't know, it just fucked us up, at least personally. So nowadays I just prefer to drink lighter beers. I'm drinking the fucking light Pacifico Mexican beer. I like them now because I could eat with them and not feel so fucking full.
Okay.
So I don't know, man. I also love Belgian beers very much. I like that. So, I mean, again, I could enjoy an IPA. So, but still, I'm like, it's just too heavy. So, my first choice would be something like a lager, maybe, or a Belgian style, because I like that a lot. But I don't know. But for names, I forget them. We had talked about it and totally forgot the names you could choose from. But instead, I don't know, like Slave to the Sword, Slave to the slave to the hops, slave to the beer. I don't know, fucking something stupid.
Okay. See, I was thinking slaves to the ale.
Or slave to the ale or something. I'm trying to think of this shit. Like there's a song we have a song called Let Us Roam, Let Us Drink.
Let us drink.
Let us drink.
Yes.
I don't know. Stupid stuff. I don't know.
Oh, swallow your soul, swallow your ale.
That's exactly what I was thinking right now. Yes. That's swallow your ale. That's a great idea. God damn, that's a great idea. Yeah. I'll have to credit you when we do it for the name.
Okay.
But that would be cool. That would be awesome. So that's something definitely that we should look into and just, have fun with that shit. That's cool. I like that.
Well, I'm glad that I was able to help.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Help inspire me.
Oh, you absolutely did. Yeah.
Now, the last question we always ask every first-time guest on the channel is a poser question to ensure we're not just talking to some random person we met on Craigslist. Because
shit.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's not Bruce Campbell related. So
okay. I may know it. I don't know. Let's see.
Maybe. Oh. No, the question is simple. Who would win in the fight, Lemmy or God?
Trick question. Lemmy is God.
That is correct. Now, can you name the movie where it's
Airheads.
from?
Airheads.
Yes!
Adam Sandler, Steve Buscemi, and what's his fucking face?
Brandon Fraser.
Brandon Fraser, yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Hell yes. Hell yes. I ain't no fucking poser.
Like, I figured you weren't going to be, but it's a precaution we take.
I know. Understandable. Totally understandable.
I love this. Conan, thank you so much for taking time
Oh.
out of your highly demanding, busy schedule.
No, thank you. No, my schedule is, it's busy, but my schedule is fucked up right now. I got to wake up like at 3 to go to work. It's just weird. I'm used to ready to go to sleep at 3. So that's why it's a little weird, but no, I'm doing fine right now. That's cool. No problem, man. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you want to tell the people at home right now before
I guess just future plans. Hit us up on our social media. We haven't been very active on it because it's just what's the point, we kind of felt. But once we go through the phases in this quarantine, we want to open up our Patreon account and start doing stuff, just $1, $5 stuff where we could stream our performances because we can't fucking tour. So definitely hit us up on there. We'll be posting about it fairly shortly, I hope. So yeah, just check us out on all the social media outlets and yeah, keep up with our shit.
Awesome. Thank you again, Conan, so much. And until next time, viewers, keep on thrashing. I'm going to stop recording this.
For sure.
If I can.
Evil has risen.